One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And on a stage of this magnitude, the conference championship, so many early game jitters can happen, so that score's a big relief to a coach.
Yeah, no one wants to mention that in the locker room before the game. No one says, hey, don't fumble or don't do this because you don't want negative thoughts. That's why getting off to a good start is so huge for everyone. The first score in the conference title game, massive.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Love from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up. 2nd down and 8. Mayfield looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the stick's move.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is in a lot of trouble.
Evans comes in motion right. Mayfield now. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Baker going to give it to Irving. Oh, he bowls over him. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Mayfield to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Throwing, Mayfield. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Here's Mayfield. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Love. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. On now is the Packers punter, Trey Palmer, deep for Tampa Bay. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Mayfield able to find the open man. That's complete. Now inside the 25. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 75 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game Their big playability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Love. He finds his man complete. It's Reed. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jaden Reed, 71 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
At their 49-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Palmer going in motion right. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 10. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
But that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And he's going to have a 1st down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. To throw now, here's Love. That's taken in, Dontavian Wicks. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Love now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Love. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Got Dobbs over the middle. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. Going back to Love. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Play fake. Here's Love. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room. Now Mayfield. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He completes it to Evans. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the sideline and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now we give Irving running right. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills doing battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bucs were treated to a fine first half by their quarterback. That's Baker Mayfield. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packer offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing. Love. That's complete to Wicks. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Play action this time with Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 23. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go bootleg. Love. That is caught. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 13-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Working out of the gun. Love. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. Love looking to throw it. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Kalijah Kancey getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The kick by McManus is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. A run up the middle with Irving. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Over the middle, complete. It's Palmer. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They need a touchdown to tie it. Of course, they know full well they won't have too many more possessions, if any, in this championship game. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Love. He gets that one complete to Wicks. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Dobbs. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Love, they go play action now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Reed. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. This 2nd and 4. Now Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Super Bowl aspirations on the line. A critical one here. It's 3rd down. To the air again. Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Here's Love. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. He's got the hookup with Dobbs.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. The noise deafening. 4th and goal. Now Love. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone in and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Give up 6 points going the other way.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And running with power here. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here's Love and the Packers. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little over a minute to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Love looking to throw it.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Here's Love. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Able to find his man, Kraft. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They go with Jacobs. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may do it for this NFC title game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they will take a knee here. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they take a knee. And the crowd on its feet, and understandably so. They are Super Bowl bound after taking that knee.
How about the ability to celebrate not just winning a championship, but to do it with your fans on your home field? What a great collaboration for them all year long.
The Buccaneers are on their way to the Super Bowl. Thank you all so much for watching, and good night. And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.